Bill in Denver, Colorado's next. Hi, Bill. Leo Laporte.
Yes, good afternoon. How are you today?
I am great.
I thank you for your show. I always learn something listening.
Thank you.
I've dropped the TV on cable and gone to over-the-air antenna.
Excellent.
And I'm interested in a DVR for the over-the-air. I prefer no subscription, and I'd like the antenna feed to be separate location from the router. In my house, two-story, it's kind of hard to get them both together. I'm interested. What I just looking through the on the internet. You know, the Tablo two-tuner DVR turns up to a little under $200, and it's got a Wi-Fi, so I can have the unit separate. I can have it at the antenna income to the house and separate from the router. I was wondering what you thought about these things, if you had any other recommendations.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with the Tablo stuff. I'll have to look at this. OTA DVR for cord cutters. Usually when this comes up, I send people, and mostly because I can't get OTA where we live. We're far enough away from the big city that we don't get over-the-air television, so I haven't been able to try these. But our chat room always says, oh, Channel Master, Channel Master, Channel Master. So certainly look at the Channel Master, and then Silicon Dust's HD Home Run. These are two DVRs designed for over-the-air television, and have I think if Wi-Fi is what you're looking for, the HD Home Run is probably a good way to go for you. That's silicondust.com. But the Tablo looks good. This is a newer product from a newer company. It's not what we're doing here is not complicated. You need to have an antenna, obviously.
Right.
And then the antenna comes into the house and goes into the set-top box. And this is, I think, nowadays, set-top boxes aren't particularly difficult to do, especially since you can, if you want, use Android for the operating system. So, you know, Tablo looks fine. I don't see anything wrong with it. Let me ask anybody in the chat room know anything about the Tablo, T-A-B-L-O. It's tablotv.com. But as I said, they almost always say, oh, Channel Master. And lately, everybody's crazy about the Silicon Dust HD Home Run. Home Run is pretty sophisticated in the sense that you could use it with a Plex server, have your own content mixed in as if, you know, you're watching DVR stuff plus your own stuff. You know, I guess probably the big question would be, and I'm going to have to defer to the chat room on this one. They're my experts on this. Is if you could take stuff that you had DVR'd and then save it, burn it to a DVD or put it on another hard drive. The problem with TiVos and, you know, the cable set-top boxes you get from your cable company, they all have copy protection on them. And so it's very limited what you can do. You know, you can record it, but you have to watch it on that device in most cases. But so what I think you would be looking for is something that didn't have any copy protection, would let you take it off the hard drive and then save it if you wanted to save it on another hard drive or on a DVD or whatever. And I'm not sure, and I don't know if the chat room has an answer for this either. But people seem to like the HD Home Run quite a bit. TiVo does also make, and TiVo's the class act in this, does make a over-the-air TiVo. I'm not sure if I want to recommend TiVo anymore. They got sold to a company called Rovi, and Rovi has said that they don't want to do any more hardware. So I'm a little nervous about TiVo. I love the TiVo software, and I have TiVos on every TV because I just really like how TiVo works. But I don't use it over the air. I use it with a cable subscription.
Yeah, I'm trying to avoid subscription services.
Sure, absolutely. And by the way, I mean, you're making a good choice. Over the air is the highest quality you're going to get. Better quality than a satellite, better quality than cable. It's less compressed, and it's free. So it's the best deal in high-def television. The problem is, of course, that you then have to figure out, well, how am I going to get HBO and if you want these premium channels? And nowadays, that's not so difficult. HBO is selling direct, so is Showtime.
Yeah, by the time I have an internet service, and by the time I get the Apple TV or Amazon Prime subscription, I got more than stuff than I can watch.
Yeah. Oh, there's plenty of content. You're not really saving money, because the cable companies wised up, and they made internet more and more expensive over time because they knew that's what was going to happen, is people were going to stop paying for the television subscription and try to get everything over the internet. So nowadays, given the the onesie twosie pricing for HBO Go and or HBO Now, I guess is what you're getting, and the internet, it's going to end up being very similar to your cable TV cost. But you got the pleasure of sticking it to the man. Saying, I don't want to have anything to do with you anymore.
Well, I don't know. When it started going north of $160,
I know, it's outrageous.
Myself, I can do better.
I know. I agree with you. I completely agree with you. So, because it's all a la carte, you at least get to choose what you want, which cable companies never wanted you to do. So there's some other names to look at. I don't know enough about the Tablo, and apparently nobody in the chat room does either, because nobody's had anything to say about it, to know whether it's good or not. Are there reviews? Have you read reviews of it?
I read a few reviews on it, and I think the biggest problem that I could see is that it doesn't have it doesn't have an HDMI or some kind of a video output, so to help you when you set it up. So you have to there's some kind of a workaround or something on it, but I have to do more investigation on that.
Okay, it does have HDMI. I'm looking on the back of it. It does have an HDMI.
No,
port.
those are two. I believe
that's USB.
USB port.
There's no. Well, how do you connect it to your TV?
Well, it's a wireless, so it's somehow it sends either
all right.
to an Apple Direct, Apple TV Direct,
don't do it.
or to your router, and then your router sends it.
Yeah, don't do it. If you can avoid a wireless, and another problem with Tablo is there's a service fee, their monthly service charge. So I would say that's both of those are good reasons to take a look at Channel Master, which has no monthly service charge, and an HDMI port. You really don't want wireless for HD TV. It's just it's too easily disturbed. It can in ideal conditions it'll work, but I don't recommend. Why do that? Your thing is going to be next to your TV. Why not just use an HDMI cable? Right? Yeah. So I would look at the HD Home Run, which also has an HDMI port, and many of the wireless features that you're looking at. I would not ever want to use wireless instead of it. They're probably trying to save the HDMI license fees. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Well, I thought that would also help me, though, keep the unit away from the router, far away from the router, so I didn't have to worry about the having both the antenna feed and the
No, there are different frequencies. You don't have to worry about that. But if it's convenient to not be near the internet, maybe that's where you would want wireless, right?
Right.
But I have to say, my experience with high def TV over wireless has always been mixed.
What about the power line?
That's okay. It's not ideal, but it's okay. It does give you that advantage of using your power grid for Ethernet, but it's because there's interference. It's about half the speed. But I've been using I've used power line networking with some good results. There's also Mocha, which is using your cable leftover from your cable TV subscription. That works pretty well too. Leo Laporte, the tech guy.